Hello and welcome in. My name is DrumRollTony. I'm a streamer on Twitch, musician, and music teacher living in Seattle. Had a lot of fun learning who Creepy Nuts was via the Mashley Magic and Muscles song. It was so ridiculous, but ridiculous in all the good ways. I love it so much. I did a bass cover of it. I think I might do a snare drum cover too. It's just a good time. Anyway, we're not talking about this song. I got a recommendation. They're like, hey, you should check out some other music that Creepy Nuts does. So this is Datin. This is going to be the opening for Call of the Night. I'm excited to hear this. All right, let's go.
あの日リンゴの木の下共犯で踏み越えてみた境界線すぐにプラカの怒りで追い立てられてこんな次元で俺としたことが俺ごときですら俺に限っていやまさかね君のせいにした秘密を手にした一軸の早めぎ左あっという間目が覚めるかと思えば空に落ちてゆくなんというかやめられぬもう一かじり
We'll get to the chorus in a second. Man, it's cool because, well, when you have no like context for comparison and you only know one piece from the group, you kind of expect, but this is like very different. I love the fact that the expectations were not met and we're in a very different musical setting. This is really cool. The groove, we're going to go to the top and listen to some stuff again. The groove between piano, the left-hand piano line, it kind of reminds me of Cantaloupe Island a little bit. Obviously the tempo for this is much brighter, but between the upright bass player and the piano, it's just really nice establishment. Yeah, man. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, we get a little bit of syncopation on the kick drum too, but that is the main foundation. And obviously the other parts, it's the horn line right here. Short, long, and there's some nice dissonance in that long part. It is so good. I know we're rewinding several times, but those little intricacies I think are important to highlight. Obviously the voice on top, I feel like that's always like implied, right? Like everyone's first like layer that listen to is vocal stuff. That's cool. The flow is cool, but I feel like these little layers underneath is really what give the song, you know, the characteristic that make it, if that makes sense. Yeah, man. That is cool phrasing, and I dig the harmony that is on top of that too. That's good writing here where she snaps fingers here. Yeah, because none of the delivery of the flow was on that at all. So that kind of like comes out of nowhere and it reels you in, right? Because your attention musically, you might start zoning into what's going on in the animation on the screen because we get such a repetitive groove in the rhythm section, but suddenly that is given to us from the top layer with the vocals, and it's like, I don't know, it's like, it's a diamond. That's pretty cool. And then you get on the second time through, we'll call it the B side of that. You get the bass player play a nice little fill to bring us out. It's real. It's good design. It's cool. We have some stop time in here. It just little moments of like jazz foundation, some improvisation. We get some right hand stuff going on the piano. We get a little bit of swing. Everything is pretty. But when the stop time happens, you just get moments. So we just walk over that line rhythmically for a moment. Instead of does that make sense? Because you're getting such a previously in the voice, but the piano really just a little bit of spice, man, a little bit of spice. Yeah, that's good, dude. Just little embellishments from the drummer. Obviously good stuff. It keeps us pushing forward, and I'll let it go this time. We'll get into the drop and we'll go to the chorus. Okay, that's really good. Oh, got a little bass feature. I like it. Okay. The chorus is like great because it gives you a little bit of everything. Did you hear those screaming lead trumpets in the background? It's so good. But obviously, the melody is super catchy. It feels a tiny bit popish, sort of, but not really, because you have, I don't know. It's hard to feel pop for me. This might not be how you feel. Anytime I hear like just a little bit of jazz type of chord voicings in a piano and an upright bass player, even if the chord progression might be like pop related, let's put it in quotes, you know, like it just doesn't feel that way to me. It just feels like a little bit more sophisticated. I just dig what they're doing because the melody is so lyrical and the progression works so well. Like it's like super catchy, right? And it feels fun. I don't have any context of what this anime is about. I don't know. This is not one of the ones I've watched on the Patreon. I don't know what's going on, but it's interesting just simply because of how good so far that the opening sounds. The horn design behind that is so well done. Go back, just like ignore the voice. Just listen down to the brass section. As you leave, again, yeah, man. And then, man, it's just it just makes me happy because it's nice to hear that. And then we have such a different groove going on in the rhythm section that it's a very attractive switch there. It's very smart. Bum, 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 bum. Then he respond. Yeah, da, 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 da. Then he respond again. Like that's like such a home run for you want the audience to sing with you. Put stuff like that in because it's super easy to grasp. On the first listen, you can hear that call once. You're gonna respond on the second time. So those are like just like, you know, like the gold medals of like, hey, how do we design this to make it a hit immediately? Just do stuff like that. Very, very smart. I went back about 6 seconds. We'll keep going here. Nice transition. Okay, that's cool. Now I am aware about like a little bit into this. I was like, oh, I'm doing the actual opening version of this. Usually I try to do the full versions of these. I guess we'll have to come back and do a full version of it because that little bridge section sounded so cool, but it also sounded so short. It's the bridge that didn't go anywhere. But I bet I'm assuming on the full version of the piece, we're going to get a much more developed bridge. Let's just go back and listen to the little chunk that we do get though, just to appreciate what's going on here. Yeah, that's some really cool, like mysterious, clean tone guitar playing. We get a lot more just straightforward percussion stuff happening. And yeah, it feels, you know, like not like the rest of the song feels a little bit playful, if that makes sense. This part feels very, very different than that. I mean, that is why it is a bridge, right? You're bridging two sections of a piece together. But now I'm like super curious how different it is. If you know, let me know down in the comments below regarding to the full version of the song. It almost feels like sometimes you can drum on the snare drum with your fingers. If you don't want a total like loud articulation, you can kind of do that. Or maybe it's just really, really close on the side right next to the rim. It's just very, very faint. I dig that though, because it allows for the guitars to be the main, like, I guess kind of texture in that section. And they're like super kind of like just like floating and kind of spacey sounding with their like little reverb effects going on and just real high pitched voicings. You hear that? Nice. Nice cymbal where it feels like, you know, kind of suspended cymbal with soft mallet stuff going on as well. I will not pause it this time, I promise. I'll let it go. I know we stop a lot here. There's just a lot of stuff to talk about. All right, here we go. Let it play out. Man, those horns, man. There we go, man. That's quick. That's fast. All right. Please and thank you. If you know the differences, let me know. We should just, you know what? We should just do the full version pretty soon. Anyway, let me know what you think about that. There you go. My name is DrumRollTony. Come watch some anime with me on the Patreon. We just added Kids on the Slope. I am absolutely loving it so far. Link for all the socials down in the video description below. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Please and thank you. Click the like button, subscribe to the channels, and catch the next one. All right. YouTube thinks you want to watch one of these two videos next. Have a great one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.